Good day, readers, viewers. I hope all is well out there, watcher, viewer land. We will continue and we will resume play with the book entitled The Sacraments of Eternity. Let us continue, let us resume play. Humankind is still bound by various religious and atheistic prejudices, preventing clear and straight understanding of things and our life. What can you say about it? So asked the disciple. Teacher, yes, prejudices ruin you. When there is time for them to disappear, then the truth will be revealed to people in full. Although the work is ongoing, you can see for yourself. Because Thomas wrote, Matthew, Luke, and you are writing. An ordinary person, and see yourself how people perceive it. When they understand what real truth is, then everything will open before your eyes. Disciple, why did the medieval church turn away from cosmos? After all, there were Copernicus and his teaching. Teacher, imagine if the church recognized cosmos in those days. Then it would be loose, its meaning. It was just limited to its petty principles without turning to innumerable light or infinity. One more thing. For the church, I look like an idol, providing not their opinion, but Father God's truth, which said that infinity is the kingdom of God, to make it internal like external, and external like internal. That means you could see the infinite cosmos in yourself and find yourself in it. They had different views. If I were to describe it all, I'd say mercenary attitudes imposed on their own, and to the detriment of entire civilization. Therefore, now many people suffer because of such who once killed faith in every way and burned it on the deathbed of their glory. Faith was oppressed, even if there were discoveries. The Inquisition destroyed them. In fact, Inquisition brought so much harm to civilization development that cannot be measured. Oh man, come out into the light. Open your eyes and look in the blue expanse, because you are to overcome this distance. You should always prepare yourself. The endless expanse carries your life and its own. In the blueness of it, you will fly and see what has never been seen, only wished to be seen. Dreams always come true. The soul will celebrate in the embrace of infinity. Your halo, your self, reveals the unknown earth. So rush, human, enjoy if you were born by immortality. How to it and feel the spaciousness that gave birth to you. It is not a hidden fruit. It is the reality in front of you. It is all open. Content yourself, for I give you all and forever. As you can, keep my gift, praise and treat it gently. Eternity is in the cosmos, and the cosmos is in the eternity. Man is a soul of weightlessness that ranks high. Because he lives in weightlessness and protects that cosmic dimension and gives rise again, in this cradle he will see God's wonders and teach creating wonders. The renewed world stands tall of its being. The shackles of disbelief are broken and thrown off. The age-old burden is dumped. What once was a taboo but worthy will be done. There are difficult moments in life, but they are surmountable. No matter how hard it is to live, there's a place for you, for the faith. Then difficulties will vanish. Teacher. Under the dome of heaven happens a fantastic, glorious act. You are an integral part of it. God always comes towards you because he knows that will give everything for his child. I know it myself because I was under God's care for 33 years. I believed him and rejoiced, for I saw a pure strength and great faith in the immortal soul. The soul is a real flesh, divine shadow of the sun, and eternity consists of its particles. You should always treat the soul with respect and please it with attention every day. Shrine of sincerity and unsurpassed feeling opens before your brow as a pure spring. It flows into your bodies, saturating them with a healthy freshness of warm light of life. You are to come to know it all, to see it, to touch, to feel, and enjoy. This is your further life. The visible great space is also yours. The sun and the stars and all the infinite grace is given to creation for external use. Take and save for the sake of living beings, of the intelligent, and you'll not be sufferers, only honored people and pure in their acts. How much joy you can give to earth, the same you'll get from it. Goodness responds to goodness. Love and politeness are integral. Earth is in the space together with you and carries you to the gospel truth. Everything honored lives in this stream. This stream will always have the right direction. The source is endless, magnificent, and blessed. I assure each of you that I carry your genealogy and always will. You should celebrate with all your soul and body in the stream of joy. No need to test yourself. You should believe in the good and consciousness. The faith in the center feeds the soul. Life is enriched and strengthened by Him. The sweetness of life's smell rises to the Father and His truth. The nature of truth becomes more confident in its righteousness. The earthly joy and divine joy will never betray each other. Thus, they will go in eternity for centuries together, praising all. This spiritual song has one motive: spirituality. Eternity reads my thoughts because they come from the great space. Eternity hears everything, and it's very glad that my ideas spread on earth and the entire space at the end of the second millennium, because it should have happened. If on earth and the entire space at the end of the second millennium, again, because it should have happened. If one hears, everyone will read. And my sincerity is not to get around anybody. Many exciting things about the life of your planet await you. I see that faith is gaining power and defeating the dark. Faith is destroying the diabolical birth with its tremendous potential, pushing it aside to perish. My father and my mother are happy because they see that I have lived in the body on earth, not in vain. This is my reward for my deeds, for the benefit of humankind. When everything is completed, the joy will have no limits. The right step was made to people's consciousness. Your faces are getting more beautiful, and a smile of pleasure will never leave my face. Every truth will find a place in the human body, and together with the truth, the faith will also find comfort in the human mind. Abode of heaven kingdom, in content, and is enjoying the new implementation in the conscious bodies. Clouds of darkness go away, and the sun sends its first rays of light and truth to earth, which suffered so much in disbelief. Reincarnation simply made all negative to be reborn into a bright star of hope and kindness with the face of the Creator. The process is ongoing that renews everything, naturally living with its power. Humankind aspires after great knowledge, and I am under this impression. Everything can be measured by measure of cognition, not the measures of one's mind. To set a goal and create knowledge, but not expect a miracle from outside? The miracle is in your brain and around you. Do not leave anything to others. Your experience can help, because others may also leave and will be waiting. It should be done first, fast, but thoughtfully, and applied with accuracy, and it will come true to the joy of you and other generations. You will leave satisfied that you did the impossible. You will always be remembered, and if remembered, then you are eternal, as the knowledge left on earth was also be eternal. Try not to sublime yourself, but your expertise in honor of your civilization and God. The emerald of great knowledge carries wealth and power. And if it always happens so, then you deserve honor and praise from the universe. It's not a tragedy that there is life on earth. The joy of God inspired this flow and directed it. Life was granted with intelligence. Biological impulse is implemented and being implemented. The universe and God arrange and distribute everything wisely. They infallible gave rise to the new and improved the old. Joy in life and continuation of pleasure in death. It sounds naive, but that's the way it is. The original must not disappear into the abyss of darkness, and it must shine with its beauty, radiate all positive and intelligent. Overmind, just as you are, is everywhere in the intelligent space of eternity. The storage is the universe, innumerable reason, which is always full of forces and inexhaustible energy. The first people who inhabited Earth understood everything as nobody else could, because they knew who they were and from, why and what for. You are behind them yet. Yes, cataclysms of earth left the traces, everything changed, but body and soul remain united. The symbol of life is life itself. Everything visible and not. It should be preferred, because those understanding it will be followed. The sacrament of the universe will be revealed to them. The meaning will come from the invisible substance and will enlighten souls, believing in it. Life can be built differently in all respects. Sometimes you don't even bother to think why you lived your life like this. Only passing to another entity. Everything will show and will judge. Everything will fall into its place. The Overmind provided for everything, and it protects you, trying to help in every possible way. But you are at the crossroads of your consciousness yet, and don't know what to prefer, light or dark. You hesitate and doubt in your life, while you should be proud of such a award, and thank your Creator for giving you the hearth of light and warmth, intelligence and body, vision and soul, nature and everything else. Every day you thank Him to yourself, and you will be merge with Creator in one kind. With every thought about death, you lose all hopes. But in vain, you should value what will happen with you. I understand that you get scared when you don't know what will come, but I prepare you gradually for this. The spiritual approach must go first, and the rest is behind. The power of the universe is in the energy spirit. Spirit is energy in the body. And if the spirit is endless energy, it means you are immortal. Kindness, the beauty of earth and universe, is always near you. And they always come towards you. But only when they see a return from you. And basis that here is a common understanding. Nobody can stop nature, like life itself, because the reason knows and watches its invention. Control over the lawlessness is a hard job. I think you will agree with me on that one. Now, figuratively, you can imagine what God should be like. An old man or someone of great strength, if you can. Then imagine if it doesn't happen. Then continue reading the manuscripts, and you will find answers to all of your questions. It's interesting for me to prepare you spiritually. When I see it happen and gain ground, I will reveal mysteries to you little by little. Although some I already have shown, your immortality. There are simply no other equivalents. Well, everything has its time. Time for seeds, time for blossoms and fruits, and the seeds of continuation. The universe has its own cycles of development. Each cycle is responsible for its development, for it's the successor of other periods. And here is shown the relationship of unlimited abilities of the universe. The higher a particular cycle is developed, the more perfect there is the life of people and all living things. If there is no beginning and end to these cycles, then you can imagine what forms of life exist in the universe. To explain such is just impossible. In some cases, it is possible to imagine and see at those moments when aliens from the universe visit you. So, believe it or not, you decide, and the eternity is to live. Places in eternity are distributed in stages and have their own passage along the line of perfection. Behind this stands a worthy work of Overmind, and it is honorable because it gives its strength for you, living everywhere. Convinced in my righteousness, I see a reflection in this righteousness, because crucifying me on the cross, everyone was right, and only I was guilty. My guilt was worth overall that my Father created. I carried my righteousness, my soul, and charm of my life to the cross. My tears reached you, but they aren't as bitter as my fate. They bear the sweetness of life and the smell of faith. Cross is the beginning of truth and my righteousness. Truth got the best of itself and elevated the verity, raised it to perfection. The path was made, a path to people's hearts, to the first stage of truth. Only the worthy and fair can lead, for they have the power. Everyone can feel and understand that. Any specific wording here is inappropriate, and the bliss should reign in a soul. Warmth will be the persuasion and the goal. Aware of everything, you can fly in the space with tremendous speed to your ideal and knowledge of the magical energy of cosmos. Stepping over your me and achieving a complete me is granted to you. This is the point and special meaning, or more precisely, spiritual significance. It has the whole essence of the valid source from sources of worldly truth. The lawful is everything pure and kind attitude towards people, appropriate behavior as the entire life, should look like something extraordinary and sterile in all manifestations. Negative emotions must be expelled from the body, and only positive must be present in the divine body and this body spirit. Touching the deity means that enjoying life is inevitable, related to the touch of great energy of the Holy Spirit. Excuse me. The Lord pours his ideal into the light in his thoughts. Expression and the symbol of expression is you. The freshness of spirit and easiness of truth melt, falling apart into small pearls of truth. Earth is washed by God's justice, takes off the sinful and weighty burden, the burden accumulated for centuries, collecting all the negative. Humankind is at the level of fracture, of spiritual bending. To align the bending, a powerful source of faith is required. Falcon ascended to heaven, and from the height of its flight illuminated the created with its waft. The falcon can see everything, and only it is to decide when to land and see what it created. Deposits are in the depths, and the soul is in the body. God is in the heart and everywhere. No need to search, for it's all near you. The power of God unites your heart and the great space. Believe and take care of the faith and yourselves. Do not forget about others, for they believe in you. And don't forget about you, the same as you. Ignorance under the angle of it hampers living in a real life. But I'm trying to prevent it in every way for human benefit and truth. I am the man who was given birth by my father, had to transform the human philosophy, and I did it at the cost of my life. I did it for you. I haven't experienced a single second of despair. Many versions were created regarding my crucifixion. But it was the cross was there, and I was crucified. Earth stood it, the spirit didn't break, the faith ascended me into heaven. How much agony I suffered for you. How much agony I suffered for you. Not everyone is given an experience like that. Father won't give such to everyone, because only a genuinely pure man, devoted to God and his possessions, which are immense, like all of eternity, can suffer for people. Unfair cruelty was committed. Nobody knows how much pain I felt in the physical body. The pain was terrible as they crucified me to the cross. The pain was as terrible as metal piercing my body caused incredible and excruciating pain. I did it for you. How much agony I suffered. I suffered agony for you. I concealed my suffering from the spectators. Father saw everyone and everything. Most people don't believe in me, but let each of them put themselves in my place, merely imagine that suffering I experienced. I wish such suffering to nobody, for I suffered for all of you. Anyone denying me wouldn't stand a minute of the pain that I endured, but I endured it for the sake of believers, and alas, for those disbelieving me. Otherwise, it just doesn't make sense to live. I mean, spiritually. You live physically and be well. Enjoy my pain. Enjoy the pain you caused me and the pain and agony I suffered for you. Enjoy my pain. Unbearable pain for you. You don't know, for your pride and arrogance exalt you. But I endured more and will endure more. Let it be only on your conscience, the agony you're causing me. Let it be only on the conscience of you, the pain I'm suffering. Let it be only on your conscience. Dear readers, we will pause there and we will continue and resume play another day, another time, with a book entitled The Sacraments of Eternity. Until next time, God bless and be well. Thank you.